Well, thank you for being here, and welcome to this presentation for the Arizona Center for Teacher Preparation. I'll say that again, the Arizona Center for Teacher Preparation. You may hear me say just the ACTP for short. My name is Frank Kisher, and I am with the ACTP. Now, many of you might be here because you are simply a professional who is looking to switch careers. More specifically, you are looking to switch into the field of education. Now, I've been a teacher for 16 years. My best experiences with teachers prompted me to consider becoming one myself. I personally have shared many stories and experience with others as to why we would all be motivated to become a teacher. The most popular story to this day is any story from a teacher who taught a class that we always looked forward to attending. Many of us have at least one teacher who taught a class we always look forward to attending. For many of us, we have all too many stories of teachers or classes that we did not enjoy attending. That is why we remember the few teachers that actually inspired us. If that is anyone's reason for becoming a teacher, then so be it. But there are many, many different reasons to become a teacher. So, for whatever reason, if you're interested in becoming a teacher, I am here to show you that it is not a difficult task. In fact, it's rather easy for you, mostly because you already have a 4-year degree. Now, ACTP is here for one reason and one reason alone: to transform you into a certified teacher faster, cheaper, and easier than any other program out there. With the highest form of efficiency, we can help you achieve this goal. Now, what is ACTP? What is the Arizona Center for Teacher Prep? We are a nonprofit organization funded 10 years ago by the American Board in Washington, D.C. The U.S. Department of Education provided $45 million 10 years ago to support this program in an effort to provide real alternative education for certifying teachers in the U.S. Over the past 10 years, 11 states have approved and endorsed this program. Arizona is now the 12th state to adopt this program for teacher preparation, and with Governor Brewer's signature, it has received the appropriate name of Arizona Center for Teacher Preparation, ACTP, with its main office now located in Phoenix. So now, just like so many other professions, you need an official certificate to be a doctor, lawyer, nurse, and so forth, but most importantly, you need a certificate to become a teacher. That being said, ACTP, or Arizona Center for Teacher Preparation, has the single purpose of providing you a real alternative to the traditional paths toward that teacher certification. So, what are the traditional paths to teacher certification? The most obvious traditional path would simply serve a student attending a 4-year university, 4 years of college. This would not interest you, as you have already attended a 4-year college, and you already have a degree of some type right now. So the next traditional path would serve one who has a bachelor's degree, like all of us, but one would return to university to obtain a master's degree. Now, there was a time when this was the only path for a professional who wanted to switch careers, and specifically into the field of education. This path was a problem for many professionals who were raising children, could not afford a $25,000 price tag for that master's degree, needed to keep working, could not just drop everything and return to classes complete with homework. So, as a result, there would eventually be yet another path that would lead us to community college. Community college. This path provided an alternative to the $25,000 cost of going to a master's degree in a university by reducing it to approximately $8,000. However, it still provided similar problems for those who still were raising children, still could not afford an $8,000 price tag for that teacher certification, and still needed to keep working every day, and could not just drop everything and return to classes complete with homework. Going back to get your master's degree will certify you as a teacher, but you'll have to spend 2 years at the cost of $25,000. sitting in a classroom and taking homework home with you. This means, as you may remember, back in the days when you were in college, 10 to 20 page papers, textbook reading assignments, and other various quote-unquote hoops to jump through, like you did back for your bachelor's degree. Some of us at the ACTP had questions, like, why? Why, as professionals who have already been there and done that, would anyone want to subject themselves to that again? And for $25,000? And how would I do that if I am raising kids right now? Those are all really good questions. And of course, we saw many potential candidates for education just decide not to try becoming a teacher. For those who are already turned off from the $25,000, there was community college. Some were attracted to the $8,000 part. However, those who still had kids or still needed a paycheck could not find a way to attend classes and make homework a part of their lives again. Those within the nonprofit organization of ACTP, the Arizona Center for Teacher Preparation, they know some important things. Like, for instance, colleges of any type have a huge overhead to pay for. That explains the cost. $25,000 for a master's degree? We shouldn't have to pay for that. We shouldn't have to pay for the college's electricity bill. We shouldn't have to pay for all of the positions there that are in the offices and the bureaucracy. We shouldn't have to pay for any of that. Next, no professionals should have to jump through hoops again just to meet that overhead. You did your homework. You did your assignments. You did your reading. Why be subjected to classes again that just are testing to see if you can handle it? You have a bachelor's degree. Of course you can handle it. Let's get straight to teaching. Next, as professionals, homework in this capacity is irrelevant. You should not have to do homework unless you're doing homework for your profession. Next, studies have shown that student teaching is no more effective than no student teaching. Now, as a teacher for 16 years, I would like to weigh in my personal opinion. 16 years have gone by, in fact, for me as a teacher, and after speaking to countless numbers of faculty members, I think we all agree your student teaching really had no effect on you once you started teaching. It was a boxed event that you did get to see modeling from the teacher that you worked with, your cooperating teacher. However, learning to deal with a classroom in real life was something that we all learned as we were on the job. And we learned by talking to other teachers in the teacher's lounge, day in, day out, working with teachers after school, before school, talking to them on the phone. It was a real life matter. So I can understand this data that they have that shows that student teaching is no more effective than no student teaching, because I really became a better teacher once I started talking and interacting with teachers on the job. Obviously, ACTP sees that you can do the same thing. ACTP is designed as a self-paced program to support those out there with families, with kids to raise, those who need to work while they attain certification. You can complete the program in 1 year on your own time if you want. That makes our program much faster. ACTP charges only $3,850 to complete your certification. That makes up against $25,000 and $8,000. That makes our program much cheaper. Much, much cheaper, in fact. ACTP requires no classwork, nor does it offer classwork. ACTP requires no homework, nor does it offer homework. What we do offer are straightforward video tutorials designed to get you to the tests that we also make. So I'll say it again. We make certain tests, but we also make video tutorials that guide you straight to passing those tests. We offer straightforward tutorials in the form of videos that help you pass our tests. Now, once you pass our test of professional knowledge test, which is known as the PTK, once you pass the professional knowledge test, you are at that point entitled to an internship certificate. That internship certificate allows you to begin working as a teacher right away, and with full teacher pay and with full teacher benefits. For those of you who have a family, you have kids that you're raising, these are key phrases and key terms. Once you are working, your site administrator or boss will then ask you to meet additional requirements. For some of those requirements, additional tutoring videos and testing from ACTP will support your success. For example, your principal may ask you, since you're teaching math, can you please become highly qualified in math? ACTP has video tutorials for that specific subject area, and it also has a test for you to pass. Once you pass it, ACTP will get you endorsed by the state of Arizona as a teacher certified in that specific subject area. But I'm going to say it one more time. You don't have to fulfill that obligation until well after you have started teaching with full pay and full benefits. For other requirements by the state, you will simply fulfill those requirements like any other teacher in the same state. For example, in Arizona, you have to get your SEI endorsement. All teachers have to get their SEI endorsement. No university, no community college, no secondary area gives it to you for free. You have to go out on your own and take a course. Sometimes it's a 3-week course, sometimes it's a weekend online course, but there are many different ways to acquire the SEI endorsement. You can do that on your own, and you'll be fine, just like every other teacher. So here's how it works. Number 1, sign up with ACTP. Use their video tutorials. Take their PTK, which is their professional knowledge test. That's step 2. Pass the professional knowledge test, and then go to step 3. Immediately begin teaching in Arizona with an internship certificate, which entitles you to full teacher pay and full teacher benefits. Step 4, while you are working and while you are receiving benefits and while you're receiving Arizona State retirement, full pay, you can then do step 4, acquire the other Arizona requirements while you're working and getting paid. So now, if any of this has caught your interest, if you are a professional with a bachelor's degree that is now interested in looking into switching into the career of becoming a teacher, the career of education, all you need to do now is check it out. You may go to azteacherprep.org, or you may call 877-669-2228, and a representative will talk to you on a much deeper level about this. There is a possibility that you can sign up without paying anything, or just give them your information. They might be interested in giving you a free trial on their online program, which means you'd be able to go around and look at their tests. You can look at their video tutorials and try it out for yourself and see if it works for you. And if it does, by all means, this is the quickest and easiest, most efficient way for someone with a degree to become a teacher. I can tell you right now, as a teacher of 16 years, if this program had been around a long time ago, I would have jumped on it right away. Thanks again for listening, and good luck.